Okay. Bastard suspense. Yes, I guess suspense of. Oh, yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, suspense of my evening thus far. Ha! You'll have to wait. Well, more appropriately, I need more coals, or I need more shisha, so. Therefore, you get to wait. And build to suspense. Because there's nothing else to do in this little podunk town. How are you insulted by that? No, the people in the town are not podunk, but the town itself is. There are times like this that I almost wish I had quick light coals. But then I remember those taste horrible and are ashy and smoky and not very good. let's see how well we have now. That's a little better. Okay. So, well, yeah. Yeah, it is nice. So the issue that I just had to go address as part of the podunk town is, yeah, I'll get back to security in a second. So the town, whatever, they have a bunch of flower pots sitting along the town, and they water them every couple nights, every night, I don't know, something like that, every now and then. And they have a little trailer with a water tank and sprayer, some basic stuff. That's run by a 12-volt battery. The battery is part of a lawnmower, and unfortunately, the lawnmower does not have an alternator. Yeah, the water wagon. But if you're driving around using the sprayer for a few hours on end and not charging up the battery, because again, that lawnmower doesn't have an alternator, or if it does, it certainly isn't a good one, tends to get killed. So I had to grab the battery pack, head out there, jump it for her, and when I got there, the battery was at 6 volts. It should have been at 12, so they definitely need to do something about that. Because 6 volt on a 12 volt system is not, that's not kosher. And she was stuck in the middle of the road, so whatever. But yeah, looks like this guy, whoever he is saying that Windows sucks. They track you. You can't disable it, and everybody should ditch Windows, and that's the fix. See, just ditch Windows. That's all I got out of this. Already ahead of you. Okay, continuing along Nick's posting. He just sent me a bunch of articles, so going down them one by one. Looks like the next one, trigger.gif. Yeah, Ubuntu Debian. I don't know if I agree with for life. See, that mentality, having one thing for life, is just concerning because technology changes, developers move teams, sometimes different projects excel ahead of other ones. So it is advantageous to kind of shop around, try different things every now and then, even if it's in a virtual machine. To see what else is out there. If you don't like it, yeah, okay, go back. But that's also where I feel that many of the Windows users fail because they don't try anything else. They just have one system, and half of them don't even know that there's another option out there, which I guess is an educational requirement on our part. Okay, trigger.gif. Password must contain 8 characters or more, at least one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, one symbol, not identical. What do you mean I'm reading pages that aren't there? I just switched it. The only thing constant is change, damn it. Okay, so a bunch of weird requirements. Looks pretty normal. Okay. I guess the part I like about that is not be longer than 50 characters. Why must a password? Why does a password have a maximum length on it? That doesn't make any sense because passwords always should be hashed, which means that the length is a fixed length for the password based on the hash that it has. So that tells me that whatever app this is, they must be doing something kind of shady on the back end, like storing the password in plain text so they can easily reset it for the customer. Because I have seen that before. It's kind of a user 101 thing, I guess. Well, sysadmin/developer 101. So it looks like tonight is a bunch of other people's rants. Yeah, many times I'll go into an organization and they have remote desktop punch through the firewall for easy access for their developers or for their technicians or whatever. Support team, there you go. Yeah. It clearly must be a shame on them. Yeah, yeah. There's no that having remote desktop punch through is inexcusable. Alright, next one. Security check. That's just funny. Now this makes me think that it was posted by yeah, any modern framework should hash it. Um, Even if it's MD5, just whatever it is, don't store it in plain text. That's 101. MD5 would be 102 of what not to do, but at least it's better than storing them in plain text. Yeah, this is a standard phishing thing that whose avatar reminds me of that one Twitch streamer who got banned because of whatever reason. Looks like something he would do. Or private key. Wait, was this the next one? Nope, that might be another one down the road. Oh, yeah, private key secure. Uh-huh. That's another fun one. Upload your private key to my server so I can check and see if it's secure. Check and see if it's been leaked. Again, never send out your private key or your passwords or yeah. Let's see if I can find the article that this reminds me of, because one of the common rules of the interwebs is that there is always a relevant XKCD for something. Phishing license, apply here. I'd like to apply for a you're under arrest. Aww. Yeah, that's, yeah. uh, okay, and then according to the US cert _gov, maybe .gov, who knows. SVC host. That means that you're infected. What? So is this telling us to never believe anything from the us-cert.gov website? It is a .gov, so my faith in that domain immediately drops to nil. But I deleted System 32. I hope I'm safe now. I deleted System 32 decades ago. I'm still safe. Firefly. Or whatever cameo he's in that bit. Although this post is good for a lot of head desk memes. I do have to agree with that. And may have to hold on to it. Yeah. Yeah, I actually agree that everybody should delete System 32. It should never be on a computer. And then back to Mark's post. Must be a duplicate that he posted. Yada yada. Oh, did I just click on... I might have done that. Oops. Okay. Now this will be an interesting one. This at SecValve. Hey, I have Solitaire, I think. I have KSol, something like that. GNOME and KDE both have their own versions of Solitaire. And you can run Solitaire in Wine, too, if you really wanted to. Okay. Requiring pen testers to have a CISSP is like requiring your taxi driver to be a city planner. Oh, CISSP is that one stupid fake cert, isn't it? Nick, I might actually need your feedback on this one in particular, whichever the hell one you have. Let's see. Yeah, at a time like this, you definitely need a webcam right now. Back to Discord, I guess. So I don't have any offensive security certs of my own because I'm not a red teamer. I'm a blue teamer. So I don't know enough about this one to say yay or nay. And then Theresa May. What? Who's Theresa May? Theresa May wants to control what you... Okay. Let's have some desktop audio here for this one. Firefox. Hopefully this works well.
Do online.
We need to do everything we can at home to reduce the risks of extremism online.
The UK Prime Minister and Conservative Party leader proposed a crackdown after an attack in London Bridge that killed 8 people and injured 40. This isn't May's first move. She championed the Investigatory Powers Act of 2016. It requires ISPs to record all websites visited by internet users for a year and gives intelligence agencies...
Oh, that law. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was a whole kind of clusterfuck of its own. Internet providers in the UK need to store transfer logs and visitor logs, basically, of any of their customers. Great idea.
More power to tap online communications. Authorities are also able to access that stored data without a warrant or court order.
So there's a caveat. They say that authorities can access it. Yeah, Prime Minister of UK. Well, they do have some guidelines. You have to be a like constable or some higher ranking police official. But basically any district, any police district will have their own constable who has unaudited access to this database. Oh, yeah, okay. Nick said it's trash. So yeah, now when I can relate, there are a lot of development positions that ask for crazy-ass certifications and requirements. Even, back to the rant from last week, a bachelor degree, or a master's if you're trying to get into Google. No reason should that ever be required. If you have 4 years of development experience under whatever they're doing, it should be good enough. But yeah, policy-driven people love labels, I guess. Okay, back to AJ. Let's see. What's he talking
The Conservative Party's manifesto calls for more government control over the internet. That includes allowing authorities to have backdoor access to encrypted communications so they can monitor criminal activity, cracking down on fake news and other news sources they deem not objective, and restricting access to pornography, hate speech, and sources of harm. International companies like Facebook and Google would face fines or possible prosecution by the UK if they fail to comply with these laws. But here's the problem. The internet just doesn't work that way. It's a global society founded on the free flow of information, and leaders often fail at restricting access because users find ways around filters. Services like Tor and VPNs allow people to get around geographic content blocks. And backdoor access to encrypted software creates security vulnerabilities. Those can be exploited by anyone seeking.
I don't know what he's talking about. Backdoors into applications and software are always a good idea. They can never be used by nefarious parties.
Access to private information, whether that's a government that wants to read your chats or a thief who wants your bank account information. Despite what the Conservative Party may think, the internet isn't to blame for violent attacks, and censoring it won't change that.
Yeah. So his presentation is much more professional than mine. I'm just some guy ranting about shit, but yeah, I agree with him. You can't downright censor to control whatever, especially the internet. It's free, as he mentioned, free flow of information that's distributed far away from your geographical land of control. So, yeah. But yeah, it Drew, as you mentioned, certs and everything, or the schooling, even after all that, you land a job for $40K, which doesn't even cover an associate's anymore. So, kind of difficult to recoup your costs about that. The return on investment is extremely low for degrees anymore. It used to be good, but not so much anymore. I'll keep up. Do. Okay, so anything else that you would like me to discuss or whatever not while I'm still here? Oh yeah, the level of education is humorously low. As you mentioned, you did it in your sleep. I basically did the same thing. Um, eh, but it's a piece of paper, and that certifies that you wasted a bunch of time and money on it. So you must be qualified. Well, actually, ironically, it kind of fits. You have this useless piece of paper, and you spent a shit ton of money on it and time, far more than what you needed to. So yeah, you're qualified to work in corporate. Most of their mentality is how much can you waste and how little productivity do you have. Okay, let's talk about the new Ryzen processor. Will it beat Intel? I don't fucking know. I don't have one yet. I would like one, but I don't have one yet. Uh, we have extreme text write up about it past month. Let's see what that does. Bloop, bloop. Okay, new. Well, this is back last year, anyways. Let's see if this one's any newer. Still posted a long ass time ago. Whatever. Really? So it's rather blurry, but yeah, it looks like Calcool Brute. And not to mention it's in French. I don't speak French. But it looks like, according to these, it can go on par with the 8th gen i7. Pretty good, but they also have a 9th gen out. The new Apple shit product. I don't even know what that is. I know that Apple had some big press conference last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. But didn't see anything about it. Let's see if I can find. Sure, WWDC 2017. Let's see. Well, that's useless. Didn't that wasn't that what I clicked on? Whatever. High Sierra. What? Whatever. Okay, so it looks like they have a speaker. Ooh. Links. I love links. Hopefully that works. Okay, the home kit. What's their home kit? Looks like they have a camera for way too much. Looks like they have some lights for really fucking too much. I believe IKEA sells multicolored programmable lights for $5. Which there's a new IKEA in Columbus, by the way. Some nano leaf ivy thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, they're getting into the thermostat business. Yay! Whole new field of Internet of Things to be hacked. That'll be fun. And they're in the business with Honeywell now? Oh, and they have smart locks. That's a brilliant idea. Of course it's twice the price. It wouldn't be an Apple product if it wasn't at least 2 times marked up. That's just silly. But I really want this light bulb for only $50. Yeah, I could really give a care less about anything from them. But yeah, it looks like they have a home pod, whatever. Has an A8 chip. Oh, it's only $350 for a speaker. That's nothing, right? Oh, and an always listening microphone. Because you always need things that are always listening to you in your home. But she'll respect your privacy? No, she won't. Ah, new H.265 video encoding. That's kind of cool. Editable live photos. Whatever. I think they have apps for that shit. Oh, and they now have a games tab. Ooh. They have 2 USB connectors now on their new iMac. Because people only need 2 USB. They don't need any more than that. Let's see. And it looks like they're shipping an iMac Pro with an Intel Xeon and AMD graphics. Ooh, but it has up to 4 terabytes of storage. And it will only start at $5,000. Wow. They're still working on Safari? Why the fuck are they still working on Safari? Nobody on Mac that I've ever seen uses Safari. They always use Chrome or Firefox. It's like Microsoft trying to continue their Internet Explorer thing. Or Edge, whatever the fuck. And they have a new watch. Probably the least useful device ever. A watch with Bluetooth and music. What? Yeah, I don't care. Actually, out of curiosity, let's see. I'm curious. Probably, yeah. They got tired of exploder jokes, so they renamed it to Edge. Computer hardware, processor, desktop. Yes. Seventh gen? Guess it's the newest I have. Okay. So AMDs are about $100 cheaper. Depending. Oopsie. But yeah, if somebody wanted to sponsor me to grab a Ryzen system for me, I'd be more than happy to benchmark it and compare it to Intel's. Yeah. Although I'll need to do something to replace my dying laptop anyways. At some point this year. Or next. I don't know. System 76 devices seem to last a considerable amount of time. Let's see. Security. See what Reddit has to say. Well, here's some Apple news. It looks like somebody's selling MacSpy, which is the first malware as a service for OS X. Not surprised. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get another System 76. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think I would like a desktop as opposed to a laptop. Although technically I need both, but whatever. Let's see. Desktops. I can go with the Meerkat, little tiny Intel NUC. Or the Leopard. Bloop. Yeah, they're supposed to start designing and building their own desktop soon. Trademarked. Yeah, they're busy with other things whenever they get around to it. Besides, they just got all of the work done on their little tiny laptop, so... Click. Ooh. A GTX 1080 or a Titan. I'll just go with that one. And you can get a second one. Nice. No hardware raid. Fuck that. 2 terabyte M2 solid state. There we go. 32 terabytes of rotational storage. The displays seem to be a little pricey. 24-inch for $185. I don't know. Okay, there we go. System with that GTX and 34 gigs of memory of storage. It's only 6,300, or yeah, 6,300. That's all. Yeah, a little out of my price range. Nice system though, but a little pricey. Kiev. What? Car thieves everywhere rejoice as unsecured database exposes 10 million car VINs. What is a VIN? Oh. Oh, I see. Because they can use the VIN to create wireless keys. Ah, that's funny. Although it's not like it would be difficult to walk up to a car and snap a quick picture of somebody's VIN anyways, but... because the company had the database online with no authentication required. Of course, because that's what you do with your sensitive customer data. Just have it online with no database, no password. Sure. As long as it's not linked anywhere, nobody will find it, right? Guess there was a Mongo database that was open. Or, who the fuck knows? He wouldn't download a car. Meh. Mongo has its purposes. When you need to store a bunch of information very quickly, or like a lot of information, it can be useful, especially if it's not structured very cleanly. Like one example of a Mongo database that I've seen recently is a log system, where you can store arbitrary keys and a log entry of like traffic source, destination, service, what was in it, geolocation, all that stuff. It's kind of useful for that, and it can be crazy quick. So. And it looks like some WiMAX routers have OEM backdoors in it. Another reason not to use closed source software. Malware bait site. What? Well, that's just obvious. Anybody looking for Windows repair, you're going to have a bad time. When you have millions of records stored, or even billions, Mongo can be quicker. For the unstructured data. Like I mentioned, I prefer to use structured data whenever possible, but sometimes it's just not possible. Yeah. It's like Chipotle restaurants hacked and WannaCry, la da da. Yeah, that's 2 weeks ago anyways. Nobody cares. Okay. And meanwhile, I think Nick and Harold are off chit-chatting about who knows what, so. Anything else for the night before I wrap it up? Oh. I guess one funny thing. Let's see if I can do this now. New. Oopsie. Swap. There we go. I'm going to have some fun real quick on Windows. Just need to set it up. Okay, so there's that. So right now my CPU is running at not too terribly high. Averaging about 20%. But $110. Order to the top. Go. Yeah, whatever. Good enough. taskbar, task manager. There we go. Okay, so let's close all this stuff. What? Yeah, close tabs. Fuck off. Okay, so absolutely nothing running in this Windows box. And yet it's still running at 100% CPU. With currently 300 megs of memory available out of 4 gigs. For sitting idle. And a bunch of disk activity. Like 5 megs a second. What's that OS writing? Seriously? Oh, look, now it's kind of back down-ish. I don't know if it's updating or not. You can't tell. It doesn't show you anything. And of course, the default task manager is awesome. You didn't. Why did you switch? No, stay on the one I want you to. Yes. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now, Task Manager is just sitting there that you can actually see. And this is the default view for Task Manager when users first open it. It shows nothing at all whatsoever. You have to hit more details. And then you get the information. Why the fuck would they do that? Yeah, even just running the host or the guest Windows 10 environment, sitting idle, my host is running at 50 to 60%. Okay, I don't even know how to shut off the damn thing. Here, machine power off. Yes. And shortly thereafter, memory utilization drops way down, CPU drops way down. It's running like an idle computer. VM tools. What's VM tools? What do you mean? You mean the add-on for VirtualBox that allows you to install drivers in the guest? Yeah, I've done that. That's how I could use a mouse. Otherwise I couldn't. Yeah, I have that installed, but like I said, does not help any. But I guess that's it for the night. I've run out of things to chit-chat about, so I'll call this.